Hi guys, this is Oscar, your trusted mortgage expert. So the purpose of this video is to explain as simply as I can the mortgage process and what a lender is going to look at in a borrow of what they need to do. Okay, so to jump into it, like any lender is going to look at three basic points. They're going to look at credit, what we call DTIs, and assets. Credit is going to help determine to see if you qualify, and if you qualify, it's going to help determine the interest. The second thing that we use is what's called DTIs, debt to income ratio. The way that works is we add up all the debt and divide it by income. The debt's defined by whatever appears on the credit report, so student loans, car payments, credit cards, alimony, child support, back taxes, plus the mortgage payment, any mortgage payments that you might be doing. Income is defined by what you do. So somebody that's hourly, then we're gonna look at your pay stubs to see how many hours have you worked in the last 2 years and sort of average it out. Somebody that's salary is whatever your salary is right now, and it's expected to continue for the next 12 months. That's what we're gonna use. Somebody that's self-employed is a little bit more complicated. When somebody's self-employed, we go by whatever somebody recorded in their taxes as net profit. So there's a lot of caveats to a lot of this, but it's just a general introduction. Okay. And so the idea that DTIs work is that you shouldn't spend more than half of your monthly income on your debt. So let's say somebody makes $10,000 a month, and just to give you a big round number. Out of those $10,000 a month that they make, that person shouldn't be expected to spend more than $5,000 a month in their debt, and that includes their mortgage payment, alimony, child support, credit cards, student loans. So let's say somebody that doesn't have any debt whatsoever, and they make $10,000 a month, then their mortgage payment can go as high as 5,000, and that's how lenders determine how much you can borrow, more or less is that somebody that doesn't have no debt and they can afford a mortgage payment up to $5,000 and multiply by 12, multiply by the interest rate, and multiply times 30 years, that gives a total amount of, that's more or less how the math goes in that, how much you can afford. So, what somebody can afford is not determined by because somebody had a good cup of coffee or not. It's just a math equation adding those numbers. So we know those rules, and as a loan advisors, our job is to sort of help you inform on what would put you over the top. Okay. Now, the last number that matters is basically assets, is because unless you're a veteran, every loan requires a down payment. First time home buyers or loans usually require anywhere from 3 to 5, and that depends on the situation because there's a lot of different programs. But the two basic programs that most people use are either FHA, Federal Housing Administration loan, or what's called a conventional. A conventional loan is regulated by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, two sort of semi-governmental institutions, and they kind of institutionalize this kind of like universal rules. So independent of the lender that you choose, for the most part, if you're using a Fannie Mae loan or a Freddie Mac loan or an FHA loan, the rules are going to be pretty much the same. So when they're looking at